you, beautiful starseed. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Emily the Mystic. I'm really pumped for today's video. It's a really fun topic, and I'm so excited that you made it here to learn more about parallel souls. Parallel souls was a topic that was requested from somebody who I don't remember because the comment has disappeared. So if you want to shout yourself out, please comment below. I know that somebody requested this, and it is a video that I have not done yet. So I'm really excited to dive into this juicy topic. If you are new to my channel and new to my work, welcome. My name is Emily, and I am an Akashic Records Master Consultant. I'm an expert in channeling the Akashic Records, as well as starseed information and knowledge, and I love being able to channel information about really cool topics like this one on parallel souls, so that you can discover more about yourself and more about the universe and expand your consciousness even more. So a couple of things to know about today's video topic. So to be completely transparent with you guys, I did not know a lot of information about parallel souls. And it took some researching, some knowledge gathering, some channeling from the Akashic Records to understand more about this. I've only come across a handful of parallel souls in my work, in my life. And so this is something I really was excited to learn more about. And I do want to give credit to one of the sources that helped me the most with creating this video, which is Anna Sayce's book called What the Akashic Records Say About Our Soul Origins. So I dove into her chapter on parallel souls to help me to create this video. So definitely check out her book, available on her website. I'm not affiliated with her at all, but I did want to give credit because there's a lot of really valuable information in there, and there aren't a lot of people who are talking about parallel souls. And so I wanted to make sure I went to a credible source for information, as well as to channel some cool stuff. So I'm sharing what I know about everything that I've learned about parallel souls, and I'm hoping that you receive some really informative experience on what parallel souls are. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so what are parallel souls? Parallel souls are souls just like us, just like you and me, starseed souls, who are coming from another universe altogether, another plane, another dimensional space, another place outside of the realm of what we know about this universe that we live in right now, even above and beyond the Milky Way galaxy that we live in. We are literally talking about another universe, another dimensional plane, another place completely outside of the bounds of where we are now. And the fact that that even exists is so freaking cool because it helps us realize that there is so much more to life out there than just what we know here, not just on planet Earth, but also with a lot of the starseed groups that exist in the Milky Way galaxy, as well as the Andromeda galaxy, and some of the other galaxies that exist here in our concept of the universe. There is so much more out there above and beyond this. So it is absolutely possible that your soul is literally from a parallel universe, a parallel place, a parallel time. And we're going to talk today about how to know whether you're a parallel soul or not, what are some of the common characteristics, and why parallel souls choose to come here to planet Earth in the first place. So we're going to be diving into all of that and more. And of course, a side note, is it possible to be both a starseed soul and a parallel soul? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely possible. Of course, I believe that anything is possible. So that allows us to realize that our soul may have had experience outside of our universe. We may have traveled to a completely different place and received a lot of experience and knowledge and did different things in a way that we may not even be able to physically understand with our human brain here on planet Earth. And then maybe we decided to come to this universe. Maybe we spent some time traveling in different star systems. And then maybe we finally decided to come to planet Earth at this moment in time. So it is absolutely possible to be both a parallel soul as well as a starseed soul. And I'm just saying that for me, the distinction between the two, parallel souls literally from a different universe, starseed souls from this particular universe, you are a star traveler, you've had lots of lifetimes outside of planet Earth. So this is pretty paradigm shattering, right? Because not only are we talking about the fact that your soul may not be just from planet Earth, but the fact that your soul may be not even from this universe, which is so wild and so insane and incredible. So let's talk a little bit about what that means and why a soul would choose to come here to planet Earth. So the Akashic Record Keepers were giving me a really beautiful analogy to help explain this, which is to compare parallel souls to the human experience of studying abroad. So as a human being, a lot of us have had the privilege and the opportunity to be able to study abroad in a different place. You choose a country that you want to go to and a period of time that you want to go to. Maybe that's a semester, maybe that's a month, maybe that's a year or more than a year, and you choose for your unique growth and internal growth and your knowledge and expansion of yourself and development of yourself to go travel to that particular country to learn something new. So maybe you're going there to study a language, or maybe you're going there to learn about the culture of the new country. Maybe you're going there to experience the beauty of Mother Nature and some of the major physical locations and landforms that you're meant to see in that country. Maybe you're meant to experience building new relationships there. So you're doing that, you're studying abroad for the purpose of you. You may be contributing in small ways to the country that you're traveling to, but more likely the purpose of you studying abroad is to help you. And all of that is to help assist in your growth, right? So that is the main difference and distinction between a parallel soul and a classic starseed, a classic star traveler soul. So a starseed soul is coming to planet Earth, yes, to experience things here on planet Earth, to learn lessons. We all know that. But they're also coming here with a purpose in mind, something that they're meant to contribute, to give back to Earth, perhaps to bring their thousands of years of starseed knowledge to Earth, to build a community, to spread a message, to write a book, to create a body of work, a body of channeled messages, whatever the thing is. Starseed souls are coming to planet Earth to contribute and to give back in some way. Whereas the parallel soul is coming here for the experience. They're literally coming here to study abroad. They're coming here to study what it means and to have the experience of what it feels like to live in a human body in the third dimensional plane on planet Earth. And yes, they may be contributing in small ways, but ultimately the goal of the soul, the parallel soul, is to experience this human third dimensional Earth plane of existence. And of course, we're doing that as starseeds and star traveler souls as well. But again, the main difference between the two is starseeds are here for a purpose, they're here for a mission, they're here to accomplish something, they're here to contribute, to give back, to do something. Whereas parallel souls are here for the self-experience, the internal growth, and the knowledge. And that's a very broad, that's a very broad way to explain this. But when I give you some more of the details of why a parallel soul may choose to come here and more information about them, it will help that make a little bit more sense when we talk about what their life on Earth may look like here. And a parallel soul is going to be just like you and me, like any other human being here on this planet. They are not going to look different or have two heads or, have crazy physical features. They are a normal human being. Of course, normal is subjective, but you guys know what I mean. So Parallel souls are coming to planet Earth for that more of that self-serving purpose. There's nothing wrong or, bad about that. It's just more so they're coming here to learn and to experience things internally than they are for an external, outwardly facing, giving back to others sort of purpose. They come to planet Earth, parallel souls come here to experience something that they can't get, they can't experience, they can't have wherever they've come from. Perhaps they've come from a universe that's all frequency, that's all energy. There are no physical bodies there, and they've come here to experience what it feels like to have a physical body. So that's one of the main reasons why a parallel soul may come here, is to experience what it feels like to have a physical body and to live in a third dimensional plane of existence. The next reason that a parallel soul may choose to come here is to experience a universe of polarity, of light and dark, a binary universe, which, as we all know, is where we are. It's what we're dealing with here on planet Earth in a very big way. So a parallel soul may be coming here to experience that light and dark polarity, perhaps even understanding the polar energies. Maybe to experience more of the light spectrum, maybe to experience more of the dark spectrum, or maybe they're here to experience the masculine and feminine energy dynamic, maybe to experience more feminine energy or more masculine energy or both, but to experience the spectrum of polarity. Again, light and dark, masculine, feminine. There are so many different ways that we can look at that, but to experience that, which is so unique to our universe and doesn't necessarily exist elsewhere in other universes and other spaces and times. Another reason why parallel souls may choose to come here to planet Earth is to expand their consciousness, to grow in understanding of what is possible in terms of life and existence and understanding and knowledge. So literally just expanding their conception of what is possible for the soul and for the soul to experience. They may also be here to understand from the human experience what it feels like, not just to have a physical body, but to feel the full spectrum of human emotions and the full emotional experience of what it means to be human, to go through life with the ups and the downs, the good and the bad, and to feel all of it, to feel the full range of that. Parallel souls may also be coming here to experience spirituality through the lens of being in a human body. And that connection, that spirit connection, that God connection, that universe connection, that's really unique. And that when you wake up on your spiritual journey, you realize how connected you are and how connected you are to this universe. Parallel soul may not be able to experience that wherever they're from. So they're here to learn that. They're here to learn that they can connect with an all-powerful energy that connects us all, source energy. And to feel that connection, understand that connection, and also understand the spiritual practices that can come along with that, perhaps learning how to connect with different dimensional planes here, such as learning how to talk to spirit guides or angels or loved ones on the other side, and kind of getting a feel for spirituality and learning about the full spectrum of that and what is possible. Another reason why parallel souls may choose to come here is for the third dimensional experiences, like enjoying the beauty of planet Earth, perhaps to travel a ton, experience the world, experience the pleasures of life, food. Food's a big one. Wearing beautiful clothes, enjoying a physical home, a physical place to live, perhaps even experiencing luxury. The Akashic Record keepers were sharing with me that the fact that we have a monetary currency-based economy here on planet Earth is so unique. There are not a lot of places in our universe, let alone the whole concept of everything that have an economic system based on monetary currency. So a lot of parallel souls come here to learn about money. They come here to learn about owning property, owning a home, or even just owning physical items, because they may be from a place where there's no physicality, no physical body, it's only energy. So to be able to come here and own things, own property, own clothes, be able to spend money on going out to eat or traveling or whatever the thing is, may also be a big part of the parallel soul's role here. The parallel souls that I know are living it up. They travel, they're always doing things, they're always experiencing things. They also tend to incarnate in a lifetime that provides them with all of the opportunities to do that. It's relatively unlikely, at least from my understanding of this, that the parallel soul is going to be born into and of course, anything is possible, but I'm saying in the spectrum of what's likely and what's not likely, it's very unlikely that the parallel soul is going to be born into an extremely intense karmic family dynamic, an intense childhood, and have intense, difficult, challenging physical human experiences. It's more likely that they're going to choose a family and a place to live and a life path that's going to be easier. I'm putting that in quotes because, of course, this is all subjective. This is all relative. It's going to be less challenging to navigate. Perhaps they're born into a family with a secure financial background so that they can have money in abundance and just experience what it feels like to be able to spend money, have money, live, travel, buy things, and without the challenge and stress of figuring out money and figuring out how to own money, receive money and work and all of these different things. Parallel souls are more likely to choose a less treacherous life path here on planet Earth. And with that being said, parallel souls often travel in groups. They travel in cohorts, groups of souls, all from the same parallel universe. So you're going to feel a lot of camaraderie with perhaps people within your family unit, siblings, friendships, community members. You may feel a sense of camaraderie with the people in your community group, and an understanding, and like you kind of live in a little bit of an isolated bubble. That may not necessarily be the case. It's definitely possible that your family group could have a mixture of different types of souls in it, such as starseed souls or even earth souls. Again, it's all possible, but it's very likely that as a parallel soul, if you identify with that, you may have come here with a family unit or a unit of souls that you choose to set up a community with. It could even be your path to meet and find those people, and you may be called to create a community with them in some way in this lifetime as well. Okay, so that's a little bit of the physicality. The Akashic Record keepers were also stressing the importance of understanding animals, plants, and also the physical realm that we live here on planet Earth. So some parallel souls may be called to zoology or learning about animals, being a veterinarian or helping animals in some way because they're here to study and learn about earth animals because they're very unique, according to the Akashic Record keepers. Perhaps even to learn about botany or plants or the study of the natural world in some way, environmental science, in some way understanding how planet Earth works and how all the different types of species of life here exist and coexist with each other. It's a very interesting place to come and get this like physical experience. I mean, I know we talk about how challenging planet Earth is in terms of life and the lessons that we're learning, but my gosh, is there a plethora of opportunities here for tactile experiences and the physical way of doing things. There's so much to learn here. And so that's why a lot of parallel souls choose to come here. And parallel souls have only been incarnating to planet Earth recently within the last 1,000 or so years, to my understanding. And that's because things are better here now. Things are more set up, modernized. We've got modern physical structures. We've got bathrooms. We've got, and I mean that in the terms of more modern places to live within our Earth. I understand that there are countries that don't have that sort of infrastructure set up yet. But parallel souls, again, they're not going to be choosing to incarnate in that sort of life path anyway. They're coming here for the luxury in some capacity of planet Earth. And by the way, I want to be very careful because there could be parallel parallel souls out there who identify with that, who may have lived a more challenging life path and may not have all of those opportunities available to them. However, in general, from my understanding of the parallel soul's life path, they're going to pick a life path that has a lot of opportunities for exploration and growth. The parallel souls also not coming here with earthly karma. Maybe they've been to planet Earth and have had a couple of earthly lifetimes before this particular incarnation, and therefore have created some sort of karmic energy that they need to be closing, clearing, and letting go of in this lifetime. But more likely than not, they're not coming here with lifetimes of karma that they're here to clear on planet Earth. They're just not. So they're not going to have and experience and manifest as many challenging circumstances as those of us who identify with being starseed souls, because we're coming here to heal our karma from more of a galactic perspective and also from an earthly perspective, may be experiencing. Some other reasons why parallel souls may choose to come here. They may choose to come here to understand death and what it means to die, and to understand loss as well. What it means to lose someone, to grieve from someone, to let someone go, or to have that sort of experience as well. And then finally, the purpose of the parallel soul's journey to planet Earth is for enrichment and play and joy, and experiencing everything that this planet has to offer. Just like you would if you had endless opportunity to study abroad in a new country, to experience the richness of the culture there, and to learn a lot about yourself along the way. So let's talk a little bit about some of the other aspects to why a parallel soul may choose to come to planet Earth. Now, I mentioned that the purpose of the parallel soul's journey here to planet Earth is not so much focused on literally the purpose or the mission of that soul, but more so along the lines of what they're here to experience and cultivate for themselves individually. Now, it can be said to a certain extent that planet Earth is benefiting from some of these parallel souls coming here for a couple of reasons. Number one, they're sharing a unique energetic signature with planet Earth that may not exist here yet, or that may exist here in a small way. And that unique energetic signature, which could also include perhaps that parallel soul's unique perspective on the world and the way the world works, or a unique perspective on life, or perhaps just a unique way of doing things, a unique way of living life, a unique way of experiencing things. All of that is going to be benefiting planet Earth, benefiting the people around them in some way, because the parallel souls perceive the world so much more different than we do as humans, and as starseed souls in general. So the parallel soul is definitely going to be making an impact. They are definitely contributing. So I don't mean to say that they are not, but it's less of a focus of their incarnation plan. However, the rest of us are benefiting from them being here, and it's absolutely going to help aid in the soul's overall evolution and growth of the planet in general, including the raising of the vibration of planet Earth itself and raising the collective vibration. A lot of these parallel souls are very evolved. They are very high frequency, very evolved beings. And so they are absolutely contributing into helping planet Earth to ascend into a higher frequency as well in some way. But again, their mission and purpose is not so much focused on that as it is for helping them learn a lot about themselves and about their own soul's journey. So what would it feel like to be a parallel soul? What are some indicators of what the parallel soul experience would be like? Maybe you know that you're a parallel soul already because you've been told that in an Akashic Records reading. Maybe you've had an inclination for a while, you've been doing some reading and some research, and a lot of the things that are out there really resonate with you. So here are some of the main qualities and characteristics that I found in my research and in talking with the Akashic Record keepers as well. So first of all, we've talked about this a little bit, but because parallel souls are going to have less karmic attachment to planet Earth, fewer karmic lessons that they have to heal, and less that they have to experience here from a lesson standpoint, they may incarnate into a family unit or into a life path where there may be less trial and tribulations than the general starseed soul. A lot of starseeds choose really challenging paths for aiding in their overall soul's evolution and growth, as well as to heal karma from their past earthly experiences. The parallel soul may not be coming here with all of that stuff to navigate, so they may choose a life path that's a little bit more open-ended. Also, a parallel soul, because they are coming from a perspective and alternate lifetimes in another universe, they at a soul level understand so much about possibility, freedom, expansion, expanding of consciousness, that they are going to view life here on planet Earth through the lens of unlimited freedom and possibility. So what does that mean? They may feel a little bit challenged with how restrictive this planet is, restrictive in terms of all of the barriers to entry that are involved with working in a job or traveling or maintaining an abundant lifestyle. So parallel souls may feel a little bit of a challenge with that, and they may question a lot of why we do things the way that we do here on planet Earth. So as a parallel soul, you may be like, I don't get why things here are so challenging and so restrictive. However, parallel souls are naturally, again, their vibration is so focused on freedom and possibility that they will figure out they will be able to figure out how to maintain freedom in any challenging situation. So your parallel soul friends are going to be more free than the average person in your life. They may have less anxiety. Maybe that's not you. It's definitely possible. They may worry less about the future. They may just have less energetically on their plate to deal with. And so they may be more open-minded, more open to new experiences. They may have less fear. A lot of us who have a lot of karma from being on planet Earth for a long time or from a lot of starseed lifetimes, we may have a lot of fear because of what we've been through in the past. And we may have shame related to those experiences as well that we're learning how to navigate and heal in this lifetime. The parallel soul is not going to have as much of that going on. So they may feel less worry. They may be more apt out of your friends to want to do crazy experiences like skydiving or more adventurous experiences. They may be the most adventurous people that you know because they're here to experience life to the absolute fullest. So they may worry less about heights. They may worry less about the bottom of the ocean and physical challenges when it comes to taking risk and being adventurous than the average soul will feel. So they're going to be more open to freedom and new experiences. And they may be risk takers in general. They may be, because again, they have less worry and fear to hold them back from past lifetimes. They're going to be more open to trying something new, taking a risk. They may be entrepreneurs or naturally involved in entrepreneurship. They may be more open to risk in terms of money and finances. Maybe they're really good at investing or really great at navigating the stock market. They may be more open to risk, again, just in terms of life choices. Your parallel soul friend is going to be the one who's like, you know what? I just want to move across the country. I'm ready for something new. Like, I'm over where I live now. It's very unlikely that they're going to feel stuck or stubborn or mired in the past because they're so focused on experiencing everything that life has to offer. They're just going to up and do it. They're like, whatever. I have no fear to hold me back. Maybe a little anxiety, but because all humans navigate anxiety, but they're going to be the ones who are like, I'm ready. Like, I'm signing a lease for that new apartment across the country, and I'm just going to go out there and do it. So if you are a parallel soul, follow your intuitive nudges, because they were definitely bits and pieces that were arranged in your incarnation plan before you came here to planet Earth. And you're meant to follow those things, do those things, experience those things. So even if you're getting the guidance to travel halfway around the world, do it, because it's probably a really big part of what you came here to experience. Some other things with parallel souls. Parallel souls are generally going to have a challenge navigating the physical body because they may never have been in a body before. And this could be different depending on where the parallel soul is from, what universe they're from, what dimension they're from. But if they've never had or haven't had a lot of experience in a physical body, this vessel is going to feel challenging to them. So the body may feel like a burden to parallel souls. They may have trouble processing emotions. They may have challenge communicating emotions, feeling their emotions, talking about their emotions. That may be a really big thing that they're meant to experience here and learn here, but it may be really hard for them to navigate that. So navigating the body, navigating emotions, they're going to be more, it's more likely that they're going to be ungrounded or in a state of dissociation, just because that's sort of their natural frequency and their natural state of being, is to not experience things in a body. So as a parallel soul, learning how to nourish your body, take care of your body, ground yourself is going to be a really big part of your path here. What else? In terms of polarity, so as I was sharing at the beginning of the video, parallel souls may have chosen to come here to planet Earth to experience polarity, and they may feel less confused, frustrated, or angered by polarity in general, because parallel souls are going to be more curious. They're going to be like, we've never seen this before. This is freaking weird. Why are there two sides to every story? Why is there a good way of doing things and a bad way of doing this? Why is there so much programming around good versus evil? They may be very confused and also very curious about that. So parallel souls are going to feel less fear and shame around navigating the light and the dark. They just are. And so it's going to be easier for them to navigate some of the challenges that we're going through here on planet Earth as well, because they're going to approach them from the perspective of possibility, as well as higher levels of consciousness, as well as higher levels of understanding that are going to be able to help them really see objectively why things are so polarizing here. It's going to help, they're going to be more detached from polarity. We human beings, starseed souls, we're so attached to polarity because we've been through it for so long, for thousands and thousands of years. We don't know anything else. We're so used to it. And sometimes our soul can really be attached to one end of the spectrum over the other, really being involved in the light or really being involved in the dark. And there's nothing good or bad about either of those things. It's just how our soul has evolved. However, the parallel soul is not going to have that. They're not going to be as attached. So they're going to be able to see things from a variety of different perspectives, and they're going to have a really great neutral opinion on an issue, on a challenge, on a problem that a lot of other souls may not be able to give because they're so attached to their perspective on polarity. Okay, so that's what I'm going to say about that. Another characteristic of parallel souls is that they may feel disconnected from this lifetime. Parallel souls are, and the best way that I can explain this is that some level of their soul is still connected and tethered to the parallel experience where they came from in order to maintain the integrity of the soul. And some part of their soul is going to be tethered here to this experience. So therefore, there's always going to be a sensation of, I feel like I'm here, but I'm not here. I have one foot in and one foot somewhere else. And I always feel like I'm kind of living in the in-between. And I can't really articulate that or explain that, but it's the sensation of having one part of you grounded in this reality and another part of you partially somewhere else. And you may not be able to articulate that or explain that or verbalize that to people, but it's the sensation of like being from both here and from somewhere else at the same time. We definitely can also feel that way as starseeds. We can feel like planet Earth is not my home. I don't resonate with this place. I'm definitely from somewhere else. But for the parallel soul, it's more of a physical sensation than anything else. It's an understanding and an awareness of part of me exists somewhere else. I'm here and yet I'm not. I'm from here and yet I'm not from here. Because again, part of their soul is still tethered to their other universe, their other place where they are from. And it may be what I'm getting kind of now energetically from that is that it may be because the parallel soul is communicating in some way energetically to the rest of their consciousness that's existing in the other parallel universe. So there may be some communication that's going on at a soul level with the part of you that's here and the part of you that's somewhere else. So I hope that doesn't seem too confusing, but you may have noticed part of you feels like you can't fully connect with your life and your experience here. You may even experience that in your dream state. You may have had very vivid dreams where you are literally from somewhere else or living in somewhere else, traveling through somewhere else. I have had clients who have had very vivid dreams of experiencing a life in another dimensional plane and haven't been able to explain or articulate, but they've had these recurring dreams. That's a parallel reality. That's them experiencing a parallel lifetime somewhere else. So that is absolutely possible for you as a parallel soul as well. So you may have had some experiences or a window into this and what it looks like for your soul within the dream state. Okay, and finally, the last major distinction for parallel souls, last major characteristic, is parallel souls may not feel super attached to a mission and a purpose here. They may feel that their life is more about exploration. It's more about trying new things, discovering new things. It's not so much about the mark that they're here to leave on the planet, the legacy that they're here to leave behind. They're more here for experience and trying new things. I met a parallel soul just the other week. Again, I'm an Akashic Records teacher, so I will have these experiences that lead me to this moment. And that person was very clear that they feel their role here is to try new things, experience new things. Money just naturally comes to them. It's great. They don't really need to worry about it. Their role is just to experience as much as they can, to have fun, to create new things. That's it. End of story. And I was like, good for you. That sounds really great. I kind of wish that was my purpose and my experience here too. Oh my goodness. So if you are a parallel soul, that may feel very normal for you to try it all, learn it all, have fun with it all without the pressure of having to leave a legacy behind or do really something specific with this lifetime. So I will leave you with one last thing to note. which is one last final difference between starseeds and parallels, which is that parallels are going to feel more free. They're going to be more open to possibilities and opportunities. Starseed souls are going to feel a little bit more restricted with their opportunities here, with their life path that they've chosen, and they may feel a little bit frustrated by that. The parallel souls around us are here to help encourage us and remind us that there is so much more out there than what we can even see with our physical eyes. We all know that, but there's so much more out there in terms of universal possibilities and possibilities for other universes, dimensions, planes, and times to even exist. So if that really leaves you with some excitement today and knowing that it's not just all about the worry over your finances this month, or the worry about what the economy is going to do, or the worry about your living situation, or the stress that you have in this lifetime, I hope that this video serves as a reminder that there's so much more out there than we can possibly even be aware of. And the parallel souls around us are helping us to remind us of that, and that we're also here to experience things and try new things and have fun and grow and change and live life here to the fullest, regardless of what our soul's unique path is. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're a parallel soul, please comment below. I want to know. I want to meet you. I would love to hear if your experience resonates with what I've learned, what I've channeled. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And also subscribe to my channel for more interesting information like this, more videos like this. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.